Hello out there, YouTube. You see me do reviews of the action figures that I bought, so I just thought I'd show off a few impulse purchases. Well, a couple of impulse purchases. I really tried to rein in my spending at this convention. So first of all, I bought this really nice bead sprite of Princess Sally. She's very cute. It's about, I'd say 6 or 7 inches tall or so. I've been using this as a ruler, so yeah, here's my 4-inch. Maybe she's almost 8 inches tall, really. Yeah, it's just like it's a bead sprite of classic style Princess Sally if she was in one of the 16-bit games. And she comes with this really nice ring stand. The stand is removable, so if you want to like hang her on the wall or something. But I kind of like having a stand to just put it in, so I can just stand it up anywhere. Some of the savvier of you may have noticed that I've already featured her in a video. She was standing behind me in my last Sonic Boom vlog. Was supposed to be a nod that yes, I did in fact, acknowledge the convention immediately after coming home. And then I also got this really cool mug. It's from Wild Bill's Soda. It has the Rhode Island Comic Con logo on the back. It's basically cast in stainless steel with a copper finish. It's a very, very nice mug. It's very pretty. And thanks to this, I was able to get free soda all weekend. I'm pretty sure my kidneys will be destroyed by all the sugar I consumed. And finally, there is one more action figure that I purchased. I found it kind of funny that it was just in a nostalgic toy booth for a tenner, so I decided to go ahead and get it. It is the Superior Defender. I don't know if this really clicks to a lot of people, but I do remember for my freshman year in college, it was in the later years of the anime boom of the late 90s and early 2000s. This was when all the TV networks were trying to license as much anime as they possibly could because it was a big fad. And Gundam was a really hot property. So they were just trying to get every Gundam series they possibly could. Like, they started when they put Gundam Wing on Toonami, and then they got the original Gundam series, and Gundam 8th MS Team, and then they even started getting some of the weirder Gundam properties, like G Gundam and SD Gundam. Now, SD is supposed to stand for Super Deformed, which is chibi Gundams, but in the American dub, they released it as Superior Defender, where basically the Gundams were kid-sized robots. And when I found an action figure from that, there were no accessories for it or anything, but I saw this is actually a really good toy for such a silly show. So let's take a quick look at Gundam Master. I think that's what his name was. I think his name was Commander in the show. Commander is basically just supposed to be a chibi-tized version of the basic Gundam. When you think Gundam, this is what you get. You got the head crest, you got the armor, you got the look. Now it's a pretty old toy, so you can see some of the nails in there have been rusted, but it's still solid, still good. All of his joints have still held up. Let's give a quick little turnaround. You have these big old wheels in the back of his feet because one of the things he did in the show was transform into a car mode. And then you go around to the back where you see his little backpack. It's a little crooked. There's a reason for that. We'll get into it later. And yeah, very, very nice. Some scratches in the paint, but hey, it's an old toy that wasn't even bothered to be preserved. He has a ball-jointed head. Because of the sculpted helmet, you can only get a little bit of tilt, but he can look all around. Very nice, very nice. I don't think there's any kind of meaningful waist joint, but the skirts, especially the rear skirts, are designed to flex out of the way. They're cast in a softer plastic, so they don't limit the hips, which are universal joints, not ball joints. So there's a pin disc in there. So yeah, they can go forward, they can go backward, very good range. No knees, but he has really good ball jointed ankles, so you can still get some impressive wide-legged stances, and because the feet are so large, he can actually hold his balance in them. He has really nice universal shoulders. They go out that much, and he has elbows that get 90-degree bend and have bicep swivels, and he has wrist joints. So he's actually a perfectly posable figure and can do pretty much whatever you would want a Gundam to do on yourself. Of course, he is a gimmick toy, He doesn't transform or anything like that, but remember how I said we would get back to that rotating backpack? That's because when you rotate it, he punches. Yeah, he punches. I really like how they incorporated this geared in gimmick without actually limiting the articulation of the arm. So just because it can rotate around on this gimmick, it doesn't mean that he can't do whatever pose you want him to do. Which is great. I really wish more gimmick toys would take this into account. Like sure, you can give us a gimmick, but don't make the gimmick sacrifice the toy's overall fidelity, especially its basic posability. So yeah, I just got it because it kind of tickled my nostalgia in just the right way, and I sort of loved how this guy had all the powers of every Gundam ever featured. Like, he had beam sabers, he had Vulcans, like he shoots out of his head and his wrist, and yes, he even had the shining finger attack from G Gundam, proving that they were acknowledging even G Gundam as part of the greater continuity of that show, and I found it absolutely hilarious. Alright, so yeah, that was pretty much the last thing I bought. Like I said, I reined it in for this convention, but you know, it's still very nice. And that Jenny figure was cool, wasn't it? Go support Boss Fight. Go get yourself a Jenny. And a Bucky too. Bucky's awesome. Check out Pixel Dan's reviews. He did Bucky O'Hare too. I didn't get a Bucky because I didn't have $70 to drop, but yeah, you should go get one. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I got this guy too. I'm gonna make him into a Ganondorf eventually.